Hello boys and girls, welcome to this presentation. In this presentation we're going to talk about the volume of prism. The question says the cross-section of a prism is in the shape of a trapezium, as shown. This is the trapezium. Now, the question says the volume of the prism is 630 centimeter cube. He wants the length of this prism. Now, when we take a look at the shape, we can see or imagine the shape of the prism, for example, like this, Yeah, you can imagine the shape and you can imagine it's finished like this. Yeah. Now you can see that this is a prism and it's starting with a trapezium and ending with another trapezium. So the cross section is a trapezium. He gave us this volume of the prism and he wants the length, which is this one. Very good. Now the length of the prism and the volume, they have a formula that makes them up together. We have to use this formula. First, let's put the circles here so we can write the formula inside of it. We have one circle, another one here, and the last circle. Yes. Good. Now, the formula, it's about the volume of the prism. Now, volume of prism equals what? Volume of prism equals area of cross-section or cross-sectional area of cross-section, which is the trapezium here, multiplied by what? Multiplied by the length. Now, the volume here, we already know it, which is 630. Sorry. Yes. So the volume of the prism, we already know it, which is 630. So we can write it under this formula. And remember guys, you have to use the formula. You have to memorize and use the formula. So here we write 630, which is the volume of the prism, equals the area of the cross-section, which we don't know yet, but we can find it by using the trapezium itself. We will call it A, in which we're going to use it to find the length. We will leave a space for it, like this, and we will find it. And then multiplied by what? Multiplied by the length, which we don't know. Let's call it L. Now, in the space, we will divide it into two like this. So we can use the space here to find the area of the cross-section, which is the trapezium. And then after that, we will put it here. And then in the space here, we're going to find the length of the prism. Now first, let's start with finding the area of the cross-section. Now, as we said, the cross-section here is a trapezium. We need the formula for the area of the trapezium. Now, this formula, you have to memorize it too. Area of trapezium equals what? Very good. Let's call it A first, equals A plus B divide 2 multiplied by h, which is the height. Very good. Now this is the trapezium. Which one is A and which one is B? Now A and B are what? A and B in the trapezium, they are the bases of the trapezium. And the meaning of bases, it means they are parallel to each other. Now let's take a look at the trapezium here. In this trapezium, we have two lines which are parallel to each other, which is the 5 and the 9. Very good. And because they're parallel to each other, they're gonna be A and B. So A and B are the two lines which are parallel to each other. So this one is A and this one is B. Very good. Now, why did we say that A and B are 5 and 9? Because they're parallel to each other. The bases are always parallel to each other. And the trapezium bases, they are parallel to each other, and one of them is short, one of them is long. That's why they call it the big base or the short base and the long base. And then the line which is perpendicular to both of them, so it's at right angle to both of them, we call it H. This is H, which is the height, because the height is the distance between the two bases, and it's always perpendicular to both of them. Now, we have A, B, and H here. We're going to use it with this formula to find the area. So, A plus B divided 2, area equals A, which is 5, plus 9, divide 2, equals, multiplied by the height, which is 6, as we said. So, 5 is A, B is 9, and H is 6. So 5 plus 9 divide 2 equals what? Very good. 5 plus 9 equals 14. So it's going to be 14 divide 2 multiplied by 6. 14 divide 2 equals 7. Good job. And then 7 multiplied by 6 equals, very good. Let's take a look at the calculator and check. You can use your calculator most of the time. You don't have to memorize all the answers. Use the calculator to find these answers. So 7 times 6 equals what? 7 times 6 equals, very good, 42. Let's go back. So it equals, very good, 42. And the unit is what? Because it's area, it's centimeter square. Good. Now, here, we know what is the area of the trapezium. We're going to use it here. So the area of trapezium is 42. We're going to put it here. Now, we went back to the formula of the volume of a prism, which is 630 equals area of cross-section, which is 42, multiplied by the length. Now I want to know what is the length. So I'm going to use the space to find it out. So here, 630 equals 42 multiplied by the length. The first step we do, we take this, because it's multiplied, we're gonna divide it here. Very good. So take it to the other side by division. So 630 divide 42 equals the length. Very good. So the length equals what? Let's check with a calculator. 630 divide 42 equals, very good, 15. Let's go back. So the answer is 15. And the unit is centimeter. So by doing this, we found the length of the prism, which is this one. And it equals 15 centimeter. Very good. How did we find this? First, we said that the volume of prism equals area of cross-section multiplied by the length. We used the area of cross-section here to find the area. We found 42 here, and then we use it here. Divide 630 on 42. We found that the length is 15 centimeter. And this is how you answer a question like this. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time.